House Chaplain Patrick Conroy is back on the job, and that is after being temporarily relieved of his position by Speaker Paul Ryan because of Conroy's moral objection to a tax bill that was going to, it was particularly harsh on those most vulnerable in society. And this guy who was in the House to be religious and gaudy had a problem with that. And Paul Ryan wasn't gonna stand for it. So temporarily he relieved him of his position. A lot of people in the House fought back against that, but they fought back with words for the most part, and now they're transitioning over to fisticuffs, or at least close to it. So we've got some footage from the House floor, and they almost come to blows over this guy, Patrick Conroy. Let's watch. Okay, so you're seeing there Crowley and MacArthur getting into an argument over it. Crowley, a Catholic, proposed launching a special investigation into why he was fired. MacArthur, an Episcopalian, walked over and accused Crowley of politicizing a non-political issue. Look, I guess he's politicizing it. I mean, once you fire the guy, it seems like Paul Ryan was politicizing it.
That's what the fight was about. So Crowley was pointing, when he pointed at the front, he goes, your guy, Paul Ryan is wanting to politicize this whole thing. Because it started because, again, Joe Crowley, who's the Democrat / Catholic, versus the Republican MacArthur / Episcopalian.
Who has prayed with Conway, though.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, because that's the Christian way of doing things. Yeah. So once it all goes down, it turns to a fight because Crowley wanted, Joe Crowley is the Democratic representative. He was trying to put an investigation in.
He wants to find out what actually happened.
Asked what happened. Asked why Paul Ryan tried to use his power to get rid of this chaplain of this Congress. Can I propose something?
Yeah.
We're not gonna get to all the things they said, I guess. We don't have that much time.
Yeah.
But I'd like to propose that maybe just get rid of the chaplain period if you're gonna fight over it. I mean,
they're not going to do that.
I know they're not going to, because I watched the beginning of what he does, and he prays about hoping that these guys have the discernment and the mind power to talk.
Look, we don't have much time, but why don't we go to that next video? You'll understand a little bit of what triggered this entire thing.
As legislation on taxes continues to be debated this week and next, may all members be mindful that the institutions and structures of our great nation guarantee the opportunities that have allowed some to achieve great success while others continue to struggle. May their efforts these days guarantee that there are not winners and losers under new tax laws, but benefits balanced and shared by all Americans.
Unfortunately, you couldn't see it because they were cropped in really. So from the back, Paul Ryan had an axe and he was running at Conroy, and they tackled him, thankfully. So instead they just fired him, which I thought was better. Here's the thing, I mean, Conroy, he's one of the followers of Jesus. I would say that was kind of like a light inspiration from God. Like, let's not have overt winners and losers. I would have been throwing bombs in there, not literally, I mean like rhetorical, religious bombs. There's things that I can't say, unfortunately, but the way that they treat the poorest Americans on a daily basis in that chamber deserves harsher language than what we saw from Conroy. But he gave a little bit, and for that, he lost his position, and he's now been brought back, and for that, those two representatives almost come to blows, so much so that Steny Hoyer has to step in. I think, look, it's fine if they want to argue about this and if that's what's going to get them to do that. I would say there are only 500 other issues that they should be in each other's face for. I would like to see all of the Democratic representatives in all the Republicans' faces asking why we as a nation have done nothing about lead in our water and things like that. I mean, anyone here can bring up 100 different issues that they should be shouting over. I want it to look like Japanese parliament. I want people being thrown out of their seats and stuff.
I mean, they're getting into a fight over a guy that they both seemingly like, and it's just, I'm not sure what's happening. Not to mention that he got fired because a lot of people believe that he said, the man who speaks for the good Lord said, let's be fair. And this is too much for me.
Yeah.
Again, I'm all about job creation. I'm sure he gets paid. He probably gets paid well to give the morning prayer before each session of Congress.
He probably.
That's fine, but do we really need him?
TD Jakes is great online.
It's just a thing
great.
I mean, once
apparently
once he says something that you don't agree with, you get rid of him. So you must not think he's very useful in the first place, right? Unless he agrees with you.
Yeah.
So why is he there? We had these. I was an athlete in college, and we had before meets, games. A lot of times they have the chaplain come and speak to you and pray over you and stuff. And I'd never had that before. I think they do it in some high schools, probably only Catholic high schools, I bet. And I was like, I sat there and I said, what's going on? What are we doing? Why? This is weird. And not that I'm a heathen like you are and you don't believe in God.
You're not
but
a
it's
heathen.
Technically, yeah.
It's that, no, but I was like, well, why are we doing it here?
Right, no, for sure.
It just seemed out of place to me. That's all. Like, because we're about to go run some hurdles and that's not really going to be what's going to determine whether or not, because God doesn't care whether or not I win this race.
Can I just point out that it is amazing that with the Republicans in charge of the House for some time now, that we don't have like a prosperity gospel guy in there. Like we still have someone who's kind of like pro-poor. I think that's weird. It's not like Creflo Dollar or something like that's given the prayer.
You know why?
Yeah, there are other reasons why he might not.
I'm sorry. That was so. It just literally slipped out. That right. This doesn't seem very separate. I think it's just where you're getting at, right? And I thought that was our whole thing in the government, but
It's our thing. It's just not their thing.
2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below. Then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.